Hey guys, Andy here from Suite Additions. Right now we are at our garden suite build here in Brantford, and I want to talk a little bit about the framing options and what we did on this property. As you can see, this property has been pretty much framed up. You can see the walls, you can see the roof framing, and the method that we used for this is really just the traditional on-site stick-built framing. Now, as we know, there are many different options, and we're hearing a lot about prefab options and hybrid options such as prefab panels that you can install on site. For this first project, we really wanted to just go conventional and just see where the numbers come in, see any of the issues, and then we're going to be continuing along with different ones. So we want to show you guys from a basic level, what is associated with a stick frame build. So as you can see, all of these stud walls are up. These are 2x6 walls, and this is going to give us enough insulation to meet building code. There's 2x10 rafters that we're using. This is actually going to be an open vault ceiling. Okay, so we have 10.5 feet on one side here, and then we have 8 feet on the other side. This is going to be exposed, and it's going to feel really open. And when it comes to designing garden suites and ADUs, because the footprint sometimes is going to be smaller, if you have the available height that you can use, it's just going to make the space feel a lot bigger. Okay, so again, this is traditional stick frame built. We had all of our lumber ordered and delivered, and our head carpenter, head framer, had all of this done with his team, and nothing really needed to be engineered. Now, if you are using engineered products, like an engineered roof truss system, or if you have multiple floors and you have an engineered floor, you do need to have that engineer stamp as part of your submission package to the city. Okay, so that's not something that we needed here. You can see that there's some bracing that's been done. And so as they're building it, as they're putting up the walls, they have the bracing installed. And this will allow rigidity while the construction's happening. Now, is it 100% necessarily? Not really, but in between days when the carpenter or the framer is here doing the work, you have a really windy day, you can actually have walls start swaying, and sometimes if it's really windy, you can even have a wall collapse. So just to be on the safe side, you see all the cross bracing here temporarily. Once the roof rafter is up, it's going to be in pretty good shape. And you can see that there's actually some strapping as well. That's going to be for the roof. And then we also have sheathing that's going to be going on top of that. You can see the sheathing on the walls. That provides a lot of rigidity. Okay, so that's enough about the conventional side, really, just to give you guys a high level. But I also want to talk about some of the other options, right? We talked about prefab. So prefab really is having the entire unit already built, at a factory on site, and being able to have it delivered and essentially installed, right? And in many cases, if it's a very small site, if there isn't a good driveway to access, you might not be able to easily bring it in. You might need to crane over the existing house or crane over the existing driveway or walkway. And those are some of the challenges that we can face when we're building these garden suites and detached ADUs. Now, one thing that you want to consider right after framing is that you want to weatherproof it as quickly as possible, right? You may not be able to get the exterior cladding done right away, whether it's siding or brick or stucco, but you want to weatherproof it so that rain and in the wintertime, snow is not going to damage the lumber and the sheathing. And so what you want to do is install this Tyvek building paper on the outside, and that provides weather protection. And that will give us some time before we actually get the siding done for the unit. In terms of the roof, we want to ensure that there is ice and water shield and other types of protection on top before we install the roof. That will also give us a little bit of time, although from the perspective of rain and snow, we want to have the roof installed as quickly as possible. We are going to be installing a steel roof here for longevity. We want to not have to replace this roof for decades to come, so that's why we decided that we're just going to go with a more durable roof with steel as opposed to asphalt composite shingles. Now, next, I want to talk a little bit about framing around some of the plumbing areas. So here we are in the bathroom. Let me kind of show you the layout. This here is going to be the toilet. There's a pipe back there. I don't know if you can see it. That's going to be the drain for the bathtub. This is going to be the connection for the vanity, and that right there is going to be the stack for the laundry machine. Okay, so we're going to have our laundry machine in the bathroom. Now you can see that the wall here is already framed. What we're going to do here is we are going to build another wall. And the reason for that is we don't necessarily want to have the plumbing pipes in this exterior wall, because even though it's insulated, there is a possibility for pipes to freeze in this wall. So what we're going to do is we've built this wall. We're actually going to insulate this section, seal it up with air and vapor barrier, and then we're going to build another wall, right, another 6 inches out, and that's going to be where we're feeding all the plumbing pipes. Okay, so that's going to be for the bathroom and also for the kitchen at the center of the unit. So this just ensures that you know, in the coldest days in the winter, that, you know, our pipes aren't going to freeze because this is an exterior wall. Okay, so that's one important thing to note when you're doing plumbing. Any sort of fixtures and faucets, things like that, along an exterior wall, you kind of want to box out and do just for that extra protection. So in our situation here, because we have the bathtub here, we're going to have a shower on this side. We're going to have the sink as well as the toilet. The toilet's going to have a cold water supply pipe. We're going to have laundry, and then we're going to have a kitchen sink on the other side. That is a very important consideration. All right, so that pretty much covers it for framing. Again, just a very high level on the different options, and we're going to be continuing to explore other options for framing as well, and we'll be sharing that with you. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching our video. We have a brand new garden suite guide, how to add one to your property. You can download a copy right now for free if you go to www.suiteadditions.com. We cover a ton of stuff you need to know if you want to start building these to create more housing and wealth at the same time. There's also a list of resources that we've identified that you can use. Download your copy now for free at www.suiteadditions.com.